Broadcasting from the home of the University of Tennessee Volunteers, we are Volunteer Radio. WUTK 90.3 FM in Knoxville, Tennessee.
90.3 FM is where you are listening to New Noise, your one-stop shop for everything heavy in Knoxville. I'm very happy to say that there is a brand new EP coming straight out of East Tennessee with World of Ruin with Family Ties. We're going to be playing that later, but we're going to start off, as always, with some major releases. I don't really have any cool spiel. Today is our first episode back after 2 back-to-back special episodes. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into some of the music. We're going to start us off with some Terror with Fear the Panic featuring Hot Water music off of their brand new album that came out last Friday, Still Suffer. After that, we're going to jump into some 100 Demons. That's right, new 100 Demons. There's 100 of them. Got an upcoming album, Embrace the Black Light, coming out on CCA later in June, I believe. After that, some Koya with You Hate Me off of their upcoming album, coming on May 8th. Barely Here. Cannot wait for that, my most anticipated release of this year. Then we're going to jump into some more stuff later. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 90.3 FM WTK, where you are listening to New Noise.
Life is suffering, it is hard, the world is cursed, but still, we find reasons to keep living.
Of rejection confronts the pain. Our lives have been in vain. I've crashed and burned, but I'll take my aim. This dying world has got it out for you and me. 'Cause I'm just like you, family through. Don't fear the panic, you gotta fix what's been. Embrace all your failures, put yourself to the test. Don't fear the panic, remind yourself what's there. Embrace all your failures, put yourself to the test. Put yourself to the test. Pursue acceptance, tear down defeat. Can't learn the lessons I can't see. Turned on myself, give you everything. No better judgment, those words don't mean anything. 'Cause you're just like me, fighting to set free. Don't fear the panic, you gotta fix what's there. Embrace all your failure, put yourself to the test. Don't fear the panic, remind yourself what's there. Embrace all your failures, put yourself to the test. Panic! Nothing good lasts forever, it's never coming back. If nothing was of value, watch that forward 2 steps back. Don't fear the panic, you gotta fix what's there. Embrace all your failures, put yourself to the test. Put yourself to the test. Put yourself to the test. Walk by the pack, swallowed by the void. There's something to face.
You are listening to 90.3 FM WTK The Rock, where you are listening to New Noise. The songs that you just heard were You Hate Me by Koyo. Before that, Meat for the Beast by 100 Demons. And before that, Fear the Panic by Terror. A lot of really awesome releases this week and the past couple weeks that I have not really been keeping up with. This month has been really hectic for me, but yesterday was also absolutely crazy because there were 4 or 5 separate different tours that got announced that were just absolutely insane. That Citizen tour, that Dying Fetus Sangasugabog Crowbar tour, which is that should be illegal. That lineup should be illegal. Dying Wish announced that they're touring with Guilt Trip, Holder, and Contention, which is also insane. Loathe is touring with Flushwater. Yesterday was a really bad day for my wallet, and I'm really hoping that none of those shows sell out after I get paid, because I gotta figure out how to start budgeting so that way I can pay off my credit card and go to those shows. Oh boy. Anyways, coming up, we got Starting Over Again by Seosin, The Grand Return. They never really went away. They just kind of did sparse shows here and there, but they're making our album, which is really cool. And Human Terror by Portrayal of Guilt. They're performing in Chattanooga. I cannot wait to go see them. It's going to be an absolutely insane show. After that, we're going to jump into some metalcore stuff with Under the Tarp by A Knife in the Dark. Some awesome straight edge music. And after that, Starless by Your Spirit Dies. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 90.3 FM WTK The Rock.
You said I'm like an open ocean. Don't act like you swim everything through you. And you said you'd find me drowning and hopeless. So don't tell me it's an act of love without you. Broken. You were so afraid to feel anything. The only thing I need for you to know is I gave it all. They
And is your heart black and full of hate?
Black as midnight, black as pitch, blacker than the foulest witch.
You are listening to 90.3 FM WTK The Rock, where you are listening to New Noise, bringing Knoxville all the loud screaming music it can possibly handle. The songs that you just heard were Inheritance and Solitude by Balmora. Before that, Starless by Your Spirit Dies. Before that, Under the Tarp by A Knife in the Dark. Before that, Human Terror by Portrayal of Guilt, and before that, Starting Over Again by Seosen. Kind of all over the place genre-wise, but I didn't really know how Exactly, I wanted to sequence this playlist. Coming up, we got 2 new releases that came out yesterday and Monday, I'm pretty sure. So these are the most recent releases on this entire list. We got Reverent by Loathe featuring Nowhere to Run, and then after that, Hospice by Static Dress. After that, we're going to jump into some local bands, starting with the entirety of World of Ruin's brand new EP, Family Ties, which I have not been able to put down. It is absolutely incredible front to back. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to 90.3 FM WUTK, The Rock.
couldn't goodbye for a morning walking easily. Take food from me. So take my tiny hand, fight through the darkness. Morning and walk on easily. Practice it from me. I heard you
You're listening to New Noise here on 90.3 FM. Here's a brief word from one of our station sponsors.
Support for WUTK comes from the Sunspot, food crafted with passion served in an easygoing atmosphere at 2200 Cumberland Avenue. The Sunspot is a longtime gathering destination featuring 40 beers on tap as well as a selection of wines and spirits fit to enjoy in good company at our smoke-free bar or outdoors on our rooftop patio overlooking the Strip. Sunspot, a comfortable place to relax with your friends, where tie-dyes and neckties unite. SunspotRestaurant.com and 865-637-GOOD.
Being honest, I did not really budget my time that well. I spent too much time yapping, but we are going to hop into this brand new World of Ruin EP starting... Oh, I forgot to back announce the past two tracks. Hospice by Static Dress, and before that, Revenant by Lobe featuring Nowhere to Run. But we're going to go and get straight into this EP, starting with Family Ties. After that, Victim of Nothing, Troubled Soil, The Burn, and Cold Blood. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to New Noise here on 90.3 FM. Absolutely incredible stuff. You're listening to 90.3 FM WTK The Rock, bringing Knoxville new music first here on New Noise, where you just listened to the full EP of Family Ties by World of Ruin. The songs that you just heard were Cold Blood, The Burn, Troubled Soil, Victim of Nothing, and Family Ties. As soon as that came out, I could not wait to play it on here. We're going to play a couple more bands from around the surrounding area, starting out with Retribution, with A Father's Love. After that, playing Can't Let You Down by Lethal Method. Two bands that just performed with the aforementioned World of Ruin, opening that show up for the set, or in the case of Retribution, closing that show. It was absolutely incredible, and if you were there and donated food, you did an amazing thing for your community. After that, gonna play as much music as we can before we run out of time, as we're coming to the end of the hour here. Got No One Knows by Time Bomb, a band that I've been repeatedly listening to that demo for because it just sounds like Backtrack and it's awesome. And then, if there's still time left, Cut Off by Shogun. Don't go anywhere, you're listening to New Noise here on 90.3 FM WTK The Rock.
Until the end of time, you have my love. Until the end of time, you have my love. Until the end of time. Broadway Lorraine. Love mother's love.
That will be all for New Noise today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned to WTK for Rock Solid Sports coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 90.3.
Volunteer Radio is WUTK 90.3 FM, Knoxville, Tennessee, UT's College of Rock. Streaming at WUTKradio.com.
At the side